Welcome back to another episode of the Why I Wish Jacko podcast. Before I get into the episode, just want to apologise to all those who were waiting on the episodes to drop every 3 weeks. The delay, literally the fact that I've just been so busy as a dad and work and stuff like that's been too much. So, just have to take care of the important things in life. But back now with episode 9. And this episode, a lot of people have been calling for this man, and he's on. No long thing yet, but come on, and he's here. Mr. On the Judy podcast, Mr. Era, welcome, man.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for coming on, brother. I really appreciate that.
That's all good.
And,
Old school, man.
Yeah, we'll go back to what?
Under 11s, 12s.
Yeah, Wonder Way, innit? Wonder Way, Wee days, bro.
We were rivals first.
Yeah. How mad was that? You could just rivals at first, and then, look, the famous Wanderers, man. We was literally just talking about Sonny just a minute ago off camera. Sleep tight, Uncle Sonny, man. A Wandsworth legend, and every time I see Wandsworth, or if I go past Wandsworth, I just see Sonny walking through with his big Scottish accent. So sleep tight, Sonny, man. But look, I've got you on because there's a lot of people that want to hear about you, and you've built a massive fan base now. And you know what? Congratulations to On the Judy, man, because what an amazing podcast. I saw nothing but positive feedback from that. The amount of people that I see posting it and talking about it, such a success, man. So you've got to take my hats off to you, man. And I learned a lot from you, obviously, watching that as well. And a lot of people want to hear about you, man. So that's why I thought, you know what? When someone said, you know Era, innit? Like, yeah, of course. I've known him for a long time. Get him on. Yeah, all right, no problem. Let me speak to him. You want to hear about him? Come on, then. Let's get him on and speak to him. So a lot of people want to hear about you, man. So we'll get into it. We'll speak about, you growing up, and we'll talk about, obviously, On the Judy, what people want to hear. And yeah, man. So take us back, Ernest Bevan, boy.
Yeah, man.
Fat said it was like jail.
Do you know what it is? So I lived in Tooting first, so Bevan, I think Bevan was the only school I applied for, and then I moved. And then you hear, like, in primary school, it's like, you're going Bevan. I heard they rush all the year 7s, blah, blah, blah. You hear all them rumours. Then you get in there, and it's just, it was carnage still. If you, looking back at it now, it's just boisterous boys, isn't it? In like a small space.
That's exactly what Fat said as well.
But it makes or breaks you, innit? Like, if you got involved in it, make or break. If you didn't, you just done your schoolwork and stuff. Yeah. I did a bit of both. Not saying I was the baddest in school and that, but I knew everyone and I just cut through.
Yeah. But you was like sensible. You smart. You know what you was doing. You knew not when to do things as well. But are you Brad's year?
Yeah, me.
Brad's year.
Me,
yeah,
Brad.
Brad's our year. I don't know why I thought you were a year older. It's your year, yeah.
Me, Brad, and a few others. Sure, I don't know if I should name.
Yeah. I remember everyone used to be shook at Bevan, boy. You saw Bevan boys outside your school, you knew it was like, rah.
It's weird now because I don't think a lot of schools do it. So we had Brixton boys, Junction, Tooting, like Streatham, all coming into our school. And I was thinking, like, this is mad.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different, and then rivalries built up while we're in school, like old school rival. People like grow up, like by year 9, everyone's affiliated to certain areas.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's tensions in school. No one's doing anything because we've grew up with each other. But then there's like gang tensions, people coming after school and all of this stuff. So it's make or break, really.
Was you upset with your parents for going to a boys' school at first?
I didn't in primary school, you don't really understand that.
Yeah, you don't really.
Like, I'm hearing, so my cousins went to like a mixed school and they're talking about proms and stuff. I'm like, what? And then you hear rumours like, we do a prom with Burntwood, which is all gas anyway.
Yeah, they're literally around the corner as well, isn't it?
But by year 11, you get your study leave. I was told by January not to come back. Like, come and do your exams and that's it, because I was just not in school, like bunking school.
It's hard. I think it was hard for, because when I speak to a lot of the boys, they all say similar things. When it got to 11, there was the motivation had dropped massively in it. Remember, we didn't have like social media, what it's like now. We didn't. The phones wasn't what was our phones back then? You'd be lucky to even get
It was just a text, yeah.
Exactly. Put your Bluetooth to phone, get to share ringtones and all that. It was much different. So like back like when we was in school, you was much more active.
Yeah.
You was doing a lot more in it.
If you're not there, you're hearing about it on MSN.
Yeah, MSN.
And then MSN is just little bits by bit and bits, and then you just hear rumours. But yeah, like you say, you had to be there. There was no filming each other. You're only filming someone if you catch them slipping and stuff. But even then, it goes around a little bit and then it's deleted.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's not as beta as nowadays, man.
Yeah, it's much more different. So the football days, obviously talking about Wando and stuff, when did you, and I'm not just saying this because you're on the podcast and I've said it, and you can ask the boys, the mutual friends that we've got, we always talk about the boys growing up and who we think should have made it and who was the bollocks back in the day and stuff like that. And your name, I always scream your name all the time. I say Era was, at one point, everyone was literally talking about Era and obviously his ability on the pitch and stuff like that. When did you realise that, yeah, I'm a half decent footballer? Was it Wandle or was it leaving Wandle days?
A bit of both, you know, because before our teams joined up, I was a striker. Then when we joined up with your team, I become a wing, and I didn't know how to play wing. And then it was you up top or you playing centre or whatever.
Yeah. And
then you had to learn a different craft, innit? And then once I learned that, and I thought, oh, this is all right. Like I'm all right. Then I started realising I'm pretty decent, and my dad just gassing me, saying, right, like you're decent, but I just didn't have the guidance. Like, I was still doing my little bits outside of football. So training was like my release. As soon as training's done, put my hat on. It's different kettle of fish. And that was it. I wasn't focused enough on ball.
There was a lot of distractions in it for us at them ages, in it, 15, 16, 17s, and even like a little bit younger as well. I feel like from year 9 to 18 is like the main, it's like the peak of your football, in it, when you are, because obviously academies and going into men's football and stuff like that. Did you feel, because I feel like you didn't, I don't feel like you pushed yourself to even go and play a good level of non-league, man. And look, back in the day we used to think, oh, non-league, but non-league is actually is a big step, you know.
But you don't know that. You don't know there's money to be earned. You don't know that you can be seen playing men's football. You just think academy. If I'm not scouted by 16, if I'm not in academy by 16, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
And then I played a couple of games for Farnborough, who I think Conference South or
at the time. This is when Spencer and that.
Yeah, when they just took over.
Yeah.
So like it's like they just got like the first big stadium I've played in. Like a few times I got them in town and that, and I weren't ready. I was still a kid because you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
You just want to kick the ball around, but you don't know about like 1-2s and all of this stuff. So it's just I was more focused on stuff outside of football.
Yeah. I feel like you was as well, because you could have definitely, like, you just don't know in football, innit? You could have gone on to excel to be something great. You just don't know, but you definitely could have nicked a living out of football. And I feel like the distractions outside caught up with a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Look, if you look back, look how many boys there were that could play football, man.
Who made it? Just Kieran, innit?
Kieran, Craig was younger than us, but he wasn't our category. But he's still from the end. You know what I mean? But
you can't really count him. I didn't know Craig.
Yeah, you can't really count Craig. It's really Cadogan Kiers, isn't it? Really, that was it.
Yeah, man.
And he made it quite late, didn't he?
Yeah, because
he pushed on quite late, because he was with us. He was doing FA Youth Cup with us.
The maddest thing is, he was a year younger. I didn't know that until we got to like under 18 age, and then everyone was like, he went and played for the year below. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm this age. So I was like, okay. So he had that advantage. Now, no doubt he's sick.
Yeah.
Like, but his talent didn't shine until he got, like, as he matured and got older, he got a lot better.
Yeah, he definitely got better as he got older.
Yeah.
And even now I look at him and just feel like the things he does with the ball is a joke. But yeah, if you look back, there were so many boys from the ends that could have gone on.
Don't disregard yourself. I think you, as a centre back, could have. But you just playing that battle.
Yeah,
you wanted to shine on.
I know, centre half, man. Do you know what it was there as well? You see, like back then, no one looked. We wanted to be Henry and Ronaldo's and Jermaine Defoe. That these were my idols. My idols wasn't John Terry's and Nesta's. And it's mad because footballers, they look to these people. See now, when I'm playing a senior football now, I'll play up against a youngster and I can see the likes of a professional in him, because you can see he wants to play like that player. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like back then, everyone says to me, you could have gone somewhere with the centre half, and I do think, why didn't I stay centre half, man?
But I get it. Like, it was, imagine our team, it was me, Scams, Christian, and it's like we're an attacking, like, forward line, innit?
Yeah.
And obviously you want to be part of that because you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
play up top, innit?
Yeah.
But, like, we're telling you, bruv, go centre back, go
No,
centre back.
everyone, man. Everyone was telling me, bruv.
But you stubborn though, man.
I literally, I don't know why. Sometimes, but I think, you see, centre half, I just wanted the ball, like, obviously playing in the 10 where I wanted to play, you know, you just get on the ball a lot there, innit, and make things happen. I just felt like, get centre half, or what, you just kick it long, or you just give it to your right back. I need the ball a lot bit longer than that, man. But yeah, no, I do wish I did stay there.
Again, fair play to, like, Clive and Darren. They were just dads.
Yeah.
Like, they were dads with a good team. Like, if we had, like, someone, I say this to parents now, if you have someone who knows football, that coaches it, like, they could have coached you to be a good centre-half. They could have coached me to be a good forward, like, winger, striker and all that. Like, we could have went on to be something, but...
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so true. They were literally just parents watching, and they end up just taking over, innit? Remember, we used to all get in the back of Darren's Chesney van, pitch black, no one couldn't see nothing. We're meeting up at Wandle, driving down to Godalming. No, you're absolutely right, man. Fair play to them, man.
But it's our journey, innit? Like,
and I guess it's about guidance and how, well, times have changed massively now. Look how many people, look at the game's changed, the technology side of it's changed massively. But, yeah, now going back to what you were saying about, like, you know, your distractions on the outside, do you feel like that them distractions was there pressure? Did you feel the pressure from anyone or anything around you to not want to go and push on to take football more serious, or was it just in the heat of the moment and with not heat of the moment, you're just in that category of like, yeah, I want to be around my boys, I want to go and do this, be around girls, you know, like, you're young, do you know what I mean? It was a weird balance between football and the streets, as we call it.
There weren't enough. Like, nowadays, the kids are lucky because they see all the people that have come from wherever, and it's televised, all of that.
Yeah.
But there weren't enough of us to say, like, this guy's a pro from NT. It was just, go play football, you're good at it, enjoy it, and then that's your release. All the stress from the road, like, none of it, like, the parents and that aren't going to let nothing happen to you.
Yeah.
As soon as football's done, you just live your everyday life. So there was no pressures. I had this conversation with, like, my friends the other day. They were saying that, like, I met a boy. He's doing really well for himself. Like, he was, like, a bad kid. And he lived on my landing. So I'm going to school with him. And then I wasn't, like, a good kid, but I wasn't, like, a bad kid, how I become.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of, like, showed me, like, the unruly side of the roads. Like, Nick from Greg's.
Yeah.
Get away with it. Have a fight, no one's going to do nothing. I had my first fight with him. And since then, someone saw me punch up someone in a phone box, and it was green, like, oh, yo, you're rolling with us.
Yeah.
And that was my gateway into it. Like,
that's how all it takes, though, is for something just like that, innit? Even now, like, it takes for, I don't know, just a younger to go and do one move or something. It's like, okay, is that who's moving? Then come. It's mad how the streets do operate. And I think, do you feel like there's been a massive change how it was when we growing up to how it is now? Do you feel like things are worse, or?
I think things are a lot worse. I work for children's services, so I work with kids that get arrested. So
okay,
back then we had, like, the respect. You had the olders, youngers, tinies, and there was always that respect level. There was little internal arguments, but nothing like now. Now there's just no respect. But I put that down to, like, the kids have nothing to do.
Yeah.
All the olders go jail.
Yeah.
Someone's got to take a step up, and 14-year-olds are stepping up.
Yeah.
The olders are coming out at 20.
Yeah.
These 14-year-olds like, bruv, you ain't been around. You ain't on what I'm on.
Yeah.
Back there, Rambo.
Yeah.
What's the older gonna do?
I know.
And there's more youngers than there is olders.
Of course.
So
Of
it's
course.
just like the respect is done. It's gone.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're bang on there, man. And it's mad how younger they are now. And I always say to everyone, the younger ones are the most scariest out of everyone. They're fearless.
Bro, if I was to go into Stanley now, I wouldn't recognise no one.
No.
Unless I saw someone from my age group, I wouldn't recognise no one.
And they were probably little kids walking with their mum in the buggies when you was
with
around.
the scooters and that.
Yeah.
And now they're top dogs.
Yeah.
And what's to stop them moving to me?
Yeah.
And if they move to me, I'm gonna put my I'm gonna be
yeah.
like, bruv, you can't da. And then
That's what I'm saying.
it's a wrap.
It's the streets are scary now.
But it's everywhere. It's not just like, so I live in Surrey now, and I work with kids in Surrey that are doing the exact same thing. So it's not like it's just London knife crime.
Okay,
it's
so
all over.
It's mapping out there as
all
well.
over, bro. It's all over. Like,
Right.
so all the kids from like London, all the bad families move out.
Yeah.
Like, remember Brixton back in the day? No-go zone. That's scary, innit?
Yeah,
Now
cool.
it's just like gentrified. Like
Yeah.
a lot of white people walking around at 12 o'clock at night. All them families that cause problems get moved out or go jail, and they move to like the rural areas of Surrey.
True, that's what they do.
I'm not saying they
just ship them out, innit?
I'm not saying they cause problems, but it has a domino effect, innit? Like, they move to the rough areas of Surrey, and then the kids turn bad. And socials as well, man.
I know. I think social media is so powerful nowadays, isn't it? Like, it don't get me wrong. It can be beautiful at times. Social media. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love seeing anyone with their kids, and that's what I'm saying. It has a beautiful side to it, but then it has such a negative, horrible side to it, man. Where you're just seeing things that you don't think you'd even see on these sorts of social medias. Kids want to compete with one another. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know if social media is the problem. I don't know.
We don't know, innit? I just feel like back in the day, one thing we had that they don't have is a youth club. Yeah. Every estate had a youth club, like Providence, Ashburton Youth Club, Alton. And that was, you'd go there and just chill. You're not out committing crime. Only on the weekends, like, something happened, or you all group up and go to your rival area and do whatever. Yeah. But now, all of that's closed.
I know.
Or they're only open once a week, or open during the day for the kids that are really naughty. And it's just like, what do these kids have?
Yeah, there's no safe, positive place for them to go to now, innit?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I feel bad for them because they're going to grow up, and the people that are going to take over and run the country aren't going to care because they don't have them issues. So they don't know about inner city kids.
Of course they don't. They don't know. And again, going back to what we were saying about how so many people who could have played ball, who wasted it, it's the same with these youths now. Some of these lot probably don't even realise how good they are. It could be at anything. It could be at rapping. It could be at boxing. It could be football. It could be basketball. It could be anything. But they don't want to shine it because there's no space for them to do it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
What they do have is, someone could see that and then try and nurture it, and then take their time and take them to like a boxing gym, or take them to a court and just help them practice. We didn't have that back. Well, we probably did, but they were too busy.
Yeah.
Let's look at who's made it from Clinton.
Yeah.
Clinton was still being a footballer when we were growing up, so he ain't gonna have time to come back to the ends. And Clinton big time anyway.
Yeah, of course. See, when you escape out the ends, you don't really want to come back, do you? Do you know what I mean?
It's no fault to him. It's just, it is what it is, isn't it?
Nah, I mean, would you, if you made it like that, would you come back?
Bro, I'm big time. No, I don't go back to the ends.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I don't even go back to the ends now.
Yeah, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you, brother, because we got a lot of trauma from what's happened
of course.
in back in the day. Do you know what I mean? We're parents, we grow up, we want the best for our families. Do you know what I mean? And I always scream trauma all the time. I don't think people realise the real meaning behind trauma and what it actually does to some people. And look at mental health now. Mental health is at its absolute highest now. Do you know what I mean? Rappers are dying, and footballers, it's a real high at the minute, man.
Brother, speaking of trauma, yeah. So I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the game when my mum died? I don't think you remember. We played.
Of course I do. You know what? I was gonna say something about that, but I didn't want to.
No, it's all good.
I don't want to, because I know what it's like sometimes when people bring up Jamie. It touches me out of nowhere. You don't say because I
was gonna bring it up. So like, I remember I got the call. So it was a Saturday night. We played on Sunday. Saturday night.
We played away.
Yeah, we played away.
I remember it.
My dad and brother rang me. He's like, "Bro, mum's gonna die." I'm like, "What?" Like, my mum can't die. Like, but she's been ill for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Mum can't die. Told someone. They're like, they don't know how to act. We're 15. Like, they don't know how to act. He's like, "Oh, bruv, let's do something proper for your mum." But meaning go fuck someone up. Gone home at like 2 a.m, climbed through the window. No one's at home. Gone ball the next day. But as I'm leaving, my dad's coming home. He's like, "Your mum's like gonna die." Like, whatever. Gone ball, come back. Told someone in the car, just as a passing comment.
Yeah.
They've told Clive and Darren. And then you lot have had a huddle. And I'm like, in my position, you had a huddle, and everyone's looking, playing. And I'm thinking, right, like. And then I've gone home, and then my dad's like, "Yeah, go to hospital, see my mum on the deathbed. The doctor said whatever." Yeah. And then it's hit me, but it's not hit me. And then a year later, Fruge dies around the same time my mum, innit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, like, mum's dead. Like, I've been living with my dad for a year now, but mum's dead and Fruge is dead. And I was thinking, flip, like, who's gonna raise me? Because my dad's not strict. He's like my best friend. So he's not hitting me, nothing. He's just not talking to me. No discipline. So I'm out doing a madness. I remember I got home from the hospital, went out, nicked a ped. I'm just scooting around Ashburton. It's crazy. So like, no one guided me. And then while I brought this up is, I remember one time in Southside, your brothers had a madness. Yeah. Obviously, your brother knows I know you and that. And he's like, bruv, why are you with these lot, bruv? Go and play football. I'm like, bruv, I'm not with them. But he's when your brother sees red, he saw red, innit?
Yeah, when he sees it, he's gone.
But he's kicking off like I'm a op. Like I'm like, nah, I'm not with them. Like I just know them, but I'm not with them. But he's had a proper madness, like chairs in McDonald's and that.
With all them lot, innit?
Not them lot, but I don't know who it.
I know there was a madness with them. Like at one point with all Danny Cox, there was a big.
No,
madness.
but he was with Danny.
Oh, okay.
But he's getting mad at me for knowing them. Like, you shouldn't be hanging around with these. So we didn't have that guidance, innit? We kind of had it, but we didn't have it from enough people.
Yeah.
And it was just like when my mum died, I just got worse. And then people like your brother and a couple of the elders, but to be fair, all the elders didn't know how to kick ball.
Yeah.
Until it was too late. So it's just, there's not enough guidance for young people.
I say to Scams, because, you know, he's a big mutual friend of ours and stuff. We've grown up and that. And I think I might have said to Scams not long ago, I said Errol was never the same after his mum died, man. He was such a player. And I think that was a big changing point. And it took me for Jamie to pass to actually realise that, because I wasn't the same after Jamie.
Yeah.
On the football pitch, work, as a brother, as a son, I was never the same after. I don't know how long it took me. It took me a while.
You kind of got angry at everyone.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You don't even recognise yourself at times. And I always say, bruv, Errol before he's untouchable, bruv. Untouchable. He was the man. And I think, I don't think you was the same after your mum died. And I'll never understand that, obviously, because my mum's still alive. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know that feeling, but I do know what it's like to lose someone very, very close to you, bruv. And like I say, man, I deal with trauma every day with Jamie and stuff like that. It's hard, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I was gonna bring that up, but
no, I didn't
want to thingy, man.
That's
but
cool. Do you know, I've never looked at it. I've never linked mum and football. Maybe it is because, like I said, once mum went, my dad's like me, like banter,
he was
no
legend,
discipline.
man.
And I'm just coming in, like, my dad laughs about it now. Like, I'd come in, rush in, go and get changed, go shower, get changed, chilling upstairs, police knock on the door, like 3 hours later, is so-and-so in.
Yeah.
And my dad's just laughing. And he's like, he laughs about it now. He's like, because I was not like, I'd come in and show off what I've got, It's, I'd do whatever I'm doing outside and not say nothing. And then it's problems later, so...
Yeah, you was a little shit, boy. Where did the name come from? Actually, Area Hats.
Yeah, I got a big head, innit? So
it must have come from there, because you was the hat man.
Yeah, like that. Literally, I don't even know where I got the money from. Buy a new hat, go to places like Paddington. Me and Kadugs would go places like Paddington, New Era Shop in West, Global in Bush, and just buy a hat every weekend.
Remember the hat shop in Arndale as well?
Oh yeah, all of that. Like,
Riz or something.
in the old Arndale,
the Avrexes and all that.
Yeah, all the academic tracksuits and that. But yeah, that's where it come from, like era hats and stuff. So
it just stuck all then, innit? Why didn't you get into fashion, man? You've always dressed good, bro, from young age.
I'm not.
Was you never into fashion and stuff like that?
Nah, it's just. As long as you look all right.
Back then, you think fashion's a bit fruity back then, getting into fruity, like, you know, like, I can't get into, like, clothes. Like, if you see it now, you get into fashion, bruv, you're
look at them trap style lot. They've been doing that since when we were kids.
That's what I'm saying.
But again, I wasn't like a money man where I've got bundles of money to say.
Yeah, you knew how to dress, man. From a young age, though, as well. You was always fly back then. I'm surprised you didn't fucking... start up something, man.
It wasn't my story, man. I don't even know what my story was.
But that leads to my next question, and I was going to say to you, what did you want to be? What did you want to do come year 10, year 11, when we're really trying to figure out, okay, cool, the next step is we're going to leave school, man. We're kind of on our own. It's when the real world starts.
I don't know, you know, football like everyone else. I actually thought I was going to make it. But again, like we spoke about before, I didn't have enough to sacrifice
Yeah.
the shit on the roads, because
Yeah.
I'm walking out, like people might not know this, but my estate was rife. Like you got drugs, you got Roehampton, you got Southfields. We're in the middle.
You're in the bang heart of it.
And my house was dead in the middle, at the shops, dead in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm bunking school going to Elliot, which is in my estate.
Yep.
You've come a couple of times going to Sheen,
Yep.
causing problems there. And I'm like, I didn't have enough to separate that from Bull. If I did that, then maybe I would have had a good chance. But I was too excited about fighting and punching people up. And
that's exactly it, bro. It's what we're used to and what we see in it. We are Fat said it on the last thing. We are what's that word I'm looking for? It's like the society. From what you see and what you are that, innit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you are that. Do you know what I mean? And that's, bruv, it's what it's like you said, bruv. It goes down to guidance. And look, my older brother, my dad was never around. My older brother tried, but I think there's only so much some people can do. If they think that if they know that that's the road you kind of want to go down, sometimes they just have to just leave you to it, just to work, so you can work it out yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And my brother always pushed me, like even when he went in jail, and he was like, make sure you can continue to play football. Make sure you're not selling drugs, doing this, doing that. You know what happened? I'll bash you up when I come out, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, but this is what I'm used to. This is what I see.
yeah.
How can I just go, oh, yeah, all right, cool. I'll just be a footballer. I'm just going to stay at home.
Do you know what's mad? I'm the oldest, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's me, my little brother, who we don't talk because of that. So I tried to be that, bruv, go inside. I see him hanging around with like my friends, like from the estate, and I'm like, bruv, go home. Like, but I'm doing it in the wrong way. I'm badding him up.
Yeah.
And it caused tension where we're having proper, like he's back in shanks, like we're proper like going at it. Like,
Yeah, no. See, last time I see him, bro, he was a little baby, man.
nah, bro, he's all like 6'4", like he does his own thing and stuff. But we still don't talk because of that. It's because of me being too aggressive to stop him being on the roads, because I knew what it was. But also, this is my little brother. You can't roll with me, like I'm on what I'm on. You're not on what I'm on.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it just, man, it just.
But you're doing it in a scared. You've been there. You've seen it. You've done it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but I'm taking the piss out of him. I'm punching him up, like bullying him. Go home. You can't be it. If I'm rolling up on the pedal, I see my brother. He's going, oh shit, and I'm get upstairs.
Yeah.
And I was wrong for that. But I didn't know I was wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah,
It is what it is, man.
Again, it goes down to the group of friends that they're around. I'm so worried for my kids, man, growing up. As much as we can be good parents, someone said it the other day, and it's so true, you can raise your kids to... And I've worked with private school kids. I've worked with kids whose mum and dad are billionaires, bro. And I've seen them from 11 to 14 good kids, 16 good kids, and then I've seen them 18, 19-year-olds just flipped it up. It's all changed because of some of their friends that they're around.
I know what it is. Let me show you something. Back in the day, like think of someone who was a good kid, How would they have turned bad? Only way they would have done it is hanging around with the bad kids.
Yeah.
Nowadays, all you got to do is do that.
Yep.
The fashion's on your phone.
Yep. Everything.
The music's on your phone.
Everything.
The socials are on your phone. It's too easy for these kids to want to be something.
Yeah.
And then say, right, like, we need to get ballies, Good kids, we need to get ballies and look a certain part and look after our area and And then that grows into this, and then they're having little fake rivalries with the road across, the private road across the road.
It's true. You even see it on social media. You look at some of these kids thinking, what, that guy don't look like he can do all this. What the hell is going on? And I think when it comes around, like people just want to try different stuff. They want to be what they see. Yeah, it's true, man. You pick up your phone, you see everything, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I think the streets are so vulnerable and so unpredictable.
Yeah, it's probably mad.
I don't think you can go hiding wherever you want. But at the end of the day, our kids are gonna let go of us, and they're gonna. It's scary. It's mad, bruv. It's mad. I'm so worried for my children growing up.
Do you know what's gonna be like? For me, I won't hide the roads from them, innit? You got to show. You got to give them some element of responsibility.
100%. I said my sons have to have at least 30% of that mentality in them. They have to. You're just going to be.
You got to know right from you got to know right from wrong, innit?
Yeah.
You got to be able to protect yourself in that. But again, you got to know like this ain't leading me nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's down to us to show them, like, right, this is where I grew up. This is...
Yeah, but that's going back to you trying to show that to your brother, though, as well. Do you know what I mean?
I think I know better now.
Of course. But you that's what I'm saying. You've been there, you've done all that. But it's hard for us, because even when I used to do the mentoring, I'm telling these kids, like, come on, like, don't do it. I wish I was in your position. I wish I could go back to school. Don't do this, man. And they're just in here, one out the other.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, oh, yeah, but you lot did it. Yeah, but we're telling you now, like, trust me, it catches up with you in the long run. I think that's the worst thing, where it catches up with you in the long run.
Yeah, because either jail, nowadays it's jail or death.
Yep.
Back in the day, it was jail. You come out, you have a change of life, or you go back, you go down that cycle. Now, it's literally big birds. Like, I'm talking virgins going into prison.
Yep.
Imagine going into jail as a virgin.
That's what I'm saying.
For 30 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or dying at 15, dying a virgin.
That's crazy.
Imagine that, 15-year-old, you stab someone, 30 years, and you haven't, like, you're still a virgin. That's bonkers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 15-year-olds
No, of course. Yeah.
No,
it's mad.
They don't think about that.
Yeah, no, they don't.
You're coming out at 45.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to talk to a girl. So yeah, man, that's the reality they face.
Yeah, it's a mad one. How did I've always wanted to ask you this. How did Fruge's passing? How did you deal with it afterwards? You was quite close with him.
He went to my school, and he was in the same gang, whatever. But he was, from what I believe, he was slowly leaving. He had a job.
Yeah.
Doing the table tennis thing at Bevan.
Yeah, because when he meant to go that day,
he took the day off.
He took the day off or something on that day, innit? Or something like that.
The maddest thing is, I think we all met up. And like I say, the hierarchy, we all met up. And then they were like the tinies, like the youngest and stuff. And then someone said, oh, they can't come. So they was like, all right, let's earn some stripes and whatever they done. And he died. And then the BBM notification goes round. And like we can't find, there's a big ruckus, whatever. Everyone split off. And then you get another message like, can't find Fruge and whatever.
Yeah.
Then you get another one, body found in a park. So I've gone on my ped, about to. My dad's like, don't go out. You're not going out.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling him what's happening. You're not going out. So I was like, I stayed home. Next day, body found in the park. Unnamed 16-year-old. I'm like, right, like. And I sat down, I was like, Dad, like, this is... do you know what my dad said to me? He was like, real? He was like, this is the life you man chose. Like, don't get upset now, because you weren't this upset for your mum. I'm like, Dad, like...
That's mad.
This is someone I know, innit? It's like, you knew your mum.
Yeah.
So he was harsh on me, innit? Because he didn't understand what, like, the repercussions. And then the funeral come round, my dad still don't understand. And then we went to Fruge's grave, like, not too long after. And he was like, oh, this was actually your friend. I was like, Dad, like, he played for Wandle, went to my school. And then from then on, my dad was, like, protective, because I'm still going yacht, and yacht's in Tooting.
Yeah, Black Shore Road.
Yeah. And my dad's taking me to yacht, making sure I'm not getting a bus around Tooting.
You see bare pagans. Black Shore Road was
my cousins lived in Mitcham, so my dad's saying, rah, like, lay in the back seat.
Yeah. No way.
Like, you're not getting the bus nowhere, because he didn't realise how serious it was until...
Yeah.
Like, I've had to sit down and explain it to him. So, yeah, that's when he...
And that was like he was the first one to really die.
Yeah.
That was the first... And we were so... I remember the funeral, everything. I remember the day, finding out. I think I even went to the funeral. I might have went to the funeral with you and Scams and that.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, I think we all went together and jumped on the bus, innit? I swear we went on the bus.
No, we jumped on the bus to that. So... I went to the burial, and we jumped on the bus after in Croydon, but it was bare of us. So
yeah, I remember it.
But yeah, man, it was, again, like you say, we've not faced that trauma, innit?
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the first teenage deaths from serious knife crime, innit? And it's like, you don't know how to act. Because 1 minute you're thinking, right, like, man's going to go out and...
Yeah, you lot would have had a lot of anger. Obviously, my life was a little bit different. You was like... You was in the heart of it, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, there would have been a lot of anger and stuff.
But yeah, man, how do you deal with it? Like, even these kids now, they're losing friends daily.
I know, the way they're just dropping, man.
But yeah, I don't know how I dealt with it. I think you just have to carry on living and just don't be a victim. I think that was my mentality. I'm not going to be a victim. I didn't go out, do you know what it is? I bought a knife from a fishing shop, yeah? First time I bought it, got nicked. Instant. literally got from the fishing shop in Tooting Junction, coming from Scams' house, got to Junction. As I got off the bus, them lot have beaten up someone. So I'm just watching. Yeah. Police have come. Like an idiot, I've ran with them.
Yeah.
But someone's followed me running, so they've chasing two of us. Well, I've got nicked. Luckily for me, the knife was in. I got a pair of trainers. The knife was in the trainers, in the trainer, in the JD bag, in the trainer, innit? And then the police was like, "We got to court." I said guilty, and they was like, "What saved you is you'd have gone remand if you said not guilty. What saved you is the knife was." If it kicked off, it would have taken me a long time to go out and get the knife.
To get out the knife.
If it was in my pocket, it would have been a wrap. But yeah, man, from that, I didn't carry a knife after that.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? What how do we deal with this whole knife thing? What's your opinion on all this? I don't think there is one thing that you can put it down to, but what's your thoughts on it all? I mean, it's the most talked about thing on our streets, isn't it? It's number one.
I don't know, bruv. Honestly, I don't know, because it's everywhere. It's not like...
People are packing them like it's their phones now. It's like phone, keys, knife, yep.
And it's stab or be stabbed. And a lot of them don't want to stab someone. Have you seen that video that you... In the KFC with the girl? In the shop with the girl.
And they're saying basically if he didn't get that out, they wouldn't have gone.
So in that instance, a life has been saved. But then...
It's crazy, isn't it? It was when I first saw it, I thought, "Oh, here we go again." Then I like reading the comments sometimes just to see different people's views, see the trolls, and then one comment was, "But what if he didn't have that knife?"
It would have been a wrap.
And it's so true, man. He got it out and they just kicked, innit? Went their opposite ways.
I ain't got the answers.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You can tell someone who's, say you mentored someone, and be like, "Bro, forget the knife thing." Da 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 da. And he stops, he puts it down. And say he dies from knife crime, you're going to feel guilty.
Yeah. I don't know. It's such a tough one.
Because then you could say, right, harsher sentences, but they don't care about jail. They don't care about jail until they're 5 years in and they realise all their friends ain't sending them money. Mm-hmm. Their mum, it's only their mum and dad or mum coming to see them every week. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is just saying free, da da da. But shouting free Snickers ain't going to get you out. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just that they don't understand the repercussions. They're just living for now.
It's a load of nonsense. We've seen it. It's a load of bollocks. When was the changing point for you? When was that point where it was like, you know what, got to switch it up now? Because there was a big change in you, massive change in you. When did you realise, man? I got
after Fruit, you know. I just thought my dad sat me down and said, "You can't keep I can't kick you out because if I do, you're gonna get worse. But you just." Focus on football. He got me a trial to play for my country, and I got in. Flew me out. Everything.
What country you from?
Uganda.
Oh, was it?
So I went. They had an African Cup of Nations qualifier. So they played Nigeria, and they played a friendly against Tanzania. Came on for 10 minutes. Played Nigeria.
Sick.
Got injured before that, and then I didn't fly out to South Africa. There's a country in South Africa.
Yeah.
We flew out there, but. Then I was like, shit, I can actually kick ball, innit?
Yeah.
Again, I just started rolling with different people. Changed the way I dress. Got into like men's football. Slowly changed the way I talk. Like people say, "Oh, you sound like a Cockney white guy." I never used to talk like this. I used to do the mandem thing, but you just slowly change. You just stop rolling. Like people are like, "Yeah, you down?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm going ball."
Yeah.
And then everyone says, "Right, did you get rushed or de-recruited?" I was like, "You just stop rolling."
Yeah.
And that was my story. I just literally stopped rolling. Changed my friends. Big up Kadugs because. I'd say effectively, his mum took me to like Dulwich Hamlin, Fisher trials and stuff like that, and took me to as much football as she could. Like that probably saved my life.
She done well to push Kieran and that.
Yeah, man. And then I just tagged along. Like he was probably my best friend. Like, and I just tagged along.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. I love Kids is cool, man. Got a lot of time for him.
Yeah, man. And that was it. It was just you say it's easy. You get caught up because there's times where you relapse. Like I don't want to say names, but we see someone. I'm not involved in that. I'm just in Junction. Something happened, and you find yourself with people coming down asking questions and all of this stuff. I'm like, bro, like I'm not even. Yeah. I'm not like that anymore. But why have I done that? And it's like,
Would you label yourself as an ex-gang member?
Yeah.
Because you are.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. Like,
you are. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but you should be proud of the change and
I'm the proof.
What you blossomed into.
Yeah,
man.
I'm the proof that you can change your life.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah,
of course you can.
A lot of us are like you're not a gang member. You're a road kid. Like what I'm saying? You've dabbled
Yep.
and found a way out, innit?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
you could have got worse, but you didn't.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. I think sometimes you just got. I think it's just that day where you think, what the hell am I doing, man? What is this? And again, it goes back to being around good people as well.
Yeah.
You know, being around the right people. Then I started seeing all my friends working and making money and then they're owning their cars. And
Yeah.
just being around good people, and that's what I'm like now. I need to be around good energy, because if I'm not, it just brings back loads of shit.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to be around people from back in the day. Do you know what I mean? There's probably a handful of them, because you know what I mean. There's some of them you've grown up with, and some of them have changed, but you ain't gonna want to fucking like see me sometimes. I don't want to go certain places because I want to bump into certain people and. It brings stuff up from back in the day.
It's good to have a lot.
Some people ain't changed.
Yeah,
man.
a lot of people ain't changed. A lot of people our age ain't changed. But it's good to have a little laugh, and then it's time, like, I ain't getting paid to be here that long.
Yeah, of course.
I've
Of
got
course. Yeah.
Make a little fake phone call and just like,
Yeah, one of them ones.
Catch
Yeah.
you
I
later,
hate
man.
saying bye at the parties and that, man. Just slip out. But you went on to do a lot of coaching and stuff, didn't you? Did you work with Chelsea Kicks for a while?
Yeah, that got me into the work.
That was definitely one of the gateways for you as well.
Big up
wasn't it?
Gilly, man. That got me into
Where
work.
is he now, man? You know, I see a picture of me. He probably look like Shrek.
He's a big boy, man. He was coaching like some combined counties team or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Guildford.
Yeah,
He went Guildford,
yeah,
didn't
him
it?
and
I think
Barnsley, yeah.
And I think he still worked. He might work for Charlton or Mill or someone.
Last I heard, he was at Charlton. He lived out that way, innit?
He had to leave Chelsea, didn't he?
They all did. They all got. I think
Matt's still there.
Ramovic come in.
Matt's still there.
Is it?
Yeah, Matt's still there. I see Matt not long ago. He's got a good role there now.
Swear
He might
down.
even took over somewhere like higher than Gilly.
Oh, swear
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
He did a lot for us, Matt.
Yeah, Matt was calm. Yeah.
Matt brought us in, man.
That was calm.
Playing at Stamford Bridge at a young age.
We
and
were
all
still
that.
like street kids, just kicking balls.
Yeah. But he was a nice fella, man. But yeah, you did all the Chelsea. You did the Chelsea Kicks
got my
thing.
badges. Like,
Yeah. What are you, a level 2?
nah, UEFA B.
No way, are you?
Yeah.
Respectable, bro. Trust me, it's a hot, bro. Even the level.
not easy, it's not
Nah,
easy.
man. Is that the route you want to go down?
Nah, I did, and then becoming a coach at like the Prem club
Yeah.
is as hard as becoming a pro. Unless you know someone who's gonna bring you in, it's difficult, man.
Do you? Because it's spoken about a lot, and we see it on Sky Sports News. Do you feel like it will be harder for black coaches and stuff? What's your take on that?
Like,
You can clearly see it as well, innit? It's
but like, so,
look at Gavin at all Dulwich Hamlet. They've all done great jobs, man.
and why can't they get a?
It's true, man.
Like, they've made Dulwich what it is.
Of
like,
course.
made them a lot of money.
Yeah,
bringing
that's
in
like
the gate.
that guy Pitts. I don't know if you know the Pitts.
Yeah.
He's got Glebe,
And he left.
and they win the Tic Tac, didn't he?
But I don't know, man. It's just
Does that put you off, or you just think, nah, fuck, I'm gonna keep going, man?
coaching. I enjoy coaching good teams.
Yeah. You work with the kids now and all that, innit?
But to take it further, it's just headache.
I know. I'm the same.
It's that stumbling block, innit?
Yeah, everyone says to me, you're going to go down that route. And I'm like, I don't think I could have someone talk to me how I used to talk to managers. And I'm like,
Yeah. Would you do? Yeah.
Sometimes I look back on myself and just think, what sort of person was I, man? How could I talk to a manager like that who just genuinely does what the best for you?
some managers.
But we had,
Some
we had a lot of, there was a lot of soft managers growing up as well.
Yeah.
I've spoken to some people like absolute dog shit and then played the next game. Like we needed Roy Keanes and all them sort of people who was really gonna like, yeah, you can't talk to like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I could.
But we're a certain way, innit?
Yeah, it's
And
just how
if you're not doing what the manager says, he don't have the right to talk to you like that, but he has a right to be angry. Some managers overstep the mark,
yeah,
and you're thinking, bruv, like, relax, because it's just football.
yeah.
But then, like, you gotta be able to take it on the chin, innit?
Yeah.
Of course. But yeah, man.
Are you UEFA B? That's good, but you can work in any academy.
I'm
You
not
can
on
get a lot with UEFA B, innit?
I'm not on it.
But at least you've got
Yeah,
that
I've got
behind
it,
you,
I've got
though.
it, I've got
it's
it,
good
but-
to have. It's good to have. Trust me, I'm
Yeah.
level 2. It's good to have them things behind you, especially to fall back on. You love football, and we'll get into that side of all of the podcasts and stuff in a minute. But when did you realize that you could be a podcaster? When did that all happen? Where did the On the Judy come from, man? Because one day I'm just sitting there on my Instagram and I just see a clip.
Bro.
What's going on here?
Alright, so lockdown, yeah. Me, I got a few groups of friends. I got like my Surrey friends, like posh white boys. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Then I got like old school junction friends. Then I got like the new junction friends.
Yeah.
Like the Basses and all that little circle. So I was like, we talk about football all the time.
Yeah.
Like go back to youth centre and just kick ball, climb over and kick
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
So it's like, do you know what? Let's just start a podcast and just chat about the games on the weekend. So I told the two people I do On the Judy with,
Yeah.
and they're like, nah, you got like a charisma, you got a bit about you.
Yeah. Oh, you just built for that, bruv.
So we know a few players, let's interview footballers. I was like, I met up with one of them in All Bar One, and he was like, bro, this is the plan. I was like, do you know what? I'm on it. We'll get a studio. We'll use Kadug's phone book, and then from there.
That was good. Yeah. So where did them connects even come from? From
Him playing ball.
Yeah.
Him playing ball. Like obviously, like name drop Wilf. I know Wilf through Kadug's.
Yeah. So you know Zaha for a long time.
Antonio, he's from Ends.
Yeah.
Craig's and then Sean Davis and
the older lot as well.
And then it's just like first episode.
Who was your first one again?
Who's my first one?
No,
It's not the first one that dropped. I can't remember who the first episode, first one we recorded was.
No, it wasn't Antonio.
No, Antonio. I think Antonio was the first episode we released, but it wasn't the first one I recorded. Who was it?
Some big names on there.
But yeah, man. But for footballers, but yeah, man, just done it. And then just took a chance, and then because it was lockdown, everyone was watching.
People are bored. I mean, nothing. People have got nothing to do.
And the way I'm talking to these man, it's like us having a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, people think that I've known these man for years, but I've just met them. But it's just I'm asking questions, I'm talking to them a way that their friends talk to them, so they're just comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think that's the USP. That's the key to it. You just got to treat them like.
Where did the name come from?
So obviously the Cockney rhyming slang, innit? On the Judy bench, like sitting on the bench.
Yeah. A lot of people probably was thinking, what?
What does that mean? I get a lot of Twitter messages like, what is on the Judy? On the Judy bench, like on the bench. I was like, come and sit on the bench and have a chat, innit? And that's literally what it was, and it just came from an idea that was changed. I could have been another podcast that's just talking about football, but then shout out to them too. They're like, nah, let's harness your skills, use our connections, and then try and build something. And it's not just a podcast. So we're trying to build we've got a production company. So like the podcast is our first little baby. We're trying to do documentaries and little. Yeah,
because you've done some bits on the side as well, Premier League stuff, innit? You followed Zaha around.
Yeah, we've done Crystal Palace show.
Yeah.
We linked up with Crystal Palace. It's called All for the Dubs, How to Get Ready for a Game.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Conor Gallagher, Wilf, Jaden Raymond, and stuff like that. And yeah, man, we're just trying to. It's hard because although it's a saturated market, there's not a lot of people like me on like raw fans that just are interested in just chatting to man.
Yeah. And I think like even the questions that you was asking, I was like, yes, that's it. That's the questions you want to ask. Because I feel like some people do hold back. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of footballers, they don't want to talk about the money side. I know there was bare times you're trying to get this out of these. Like, what did you spend? Or what did you do this? And I'm like,
cool,
yes, these are this is what we want to hear. As much as we love football, we want to hear about football. We want to hear about the backstories, man. We want to hear about what goes on behind the scenes, what you do in the clubs, how you look prep for whatever, man. So some of the questions you was asking, some of them guests, man, I was like, yeah, he smashed it, bro.
And do you know what it is? I think because footballers are footballers, we put them on a pedestal, but they just man them with money.
Yeah.
Like not all of them are stars, but they're rich, whatever. Yeah, cool. But they just man them they have the same conversations with their friends off camera. So why not pull it on cam?
Yeah, you could see when you was interviewing all of them that obviously I know the ones that you do know yourself anyway. But you could see it was just a natural, organic fucking conversation, man. There weren't no awkwardness there. You could see it was just, a genuine, good conversation.
Yeah, man. Big them up, though, because a lot of them travel. So, obviously, we found it hard getting them to come to one place. So, we just said, we'll come to you, innit? And fair play, like.
Yeah, because you filmed in quite a few different locations, innit? Some of the studios were quite different, innit?
We've gone abroad twice.
Have you?
Andre Gray.
Andre Gray, of course, plays.
And Punch in Cyprus.
Of course, Manny.
Gone up to Manny.
Sick.
Yeah, gone up to Birmingham. We're just, man, if we've got to get it done, we've got to get it done.
You smashed it, man. When did you think that, this podcast has taken off? When did you actually realise that this is blown?
When I saw it in the sun.
That's exactly what I was going to say to you. Was it
Wilf?
Was it
Wilf?
Was it the media?
you see Wilf, yeah, it's not just like, yeah, the media, but so Wilf's episode was probably the best. This is not me being biased, like, but probably the best open podcast I've ever heard, because he was saying stuff about like Black Lives Matter, like why am I getting taught about Henry VIII?
Yeah.
And then getting taught about me being a slave and stuff. And he stopped people kneeling. So after the episode come out, he put it in the sun. People stopped kneeling.
Yeah,
because like I'm still getting racially abused. If I'm nil, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
But after that, I said, bro, like my dad's like, bruv, you're in the sun. Like people at work are talking about you. Like they said, I'm saying that's my son. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah.
I'm getting messages saying, "Oh, you seen Error in the sun?" I said, "Bruv."
And do you know what's mad?
Gonna take off.
The maddest thing is, I was at Gunwolf in Portsmouth, shopping, Mrs. her family, and like these kids are following us. So I'm like, the road hat kicks on.
Yeah.
My missus like, don't stare. Then one of them was gonna come over. His friend stopped him, and he said, "On the Judy." And I looked, and he was like, and I was like, yeah, you could. And then,
that must have been a good feeling.
I was
though.
like, my missus' dad looked at me and was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I think they watch a podcast. But again, man seen people abroad.
Yeah.
Man seen people at airports in up London, Carnival. Like my missus' friends think I'm famous because of how many people come up to me.
Bruv, you are, bruv. Bruv, you are, man.
Now,
you might not see it, bruv, but you are. Maybe you don't realise how big Don Judy is. It's massive.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think because I'm just
massive, bruv.
I'm just humble, innit? Like
there ain't gonna be. I don't think there will be a better. Who's gonna come better with a football podcast like that?
Especially if it's just me, innit?
You've had someone, bruv. You are from the roads, bruv, and you can talk about like Cadogan's connects and stuff. Again, he's from there as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've had Champions League, Premier League winners, international footballers on the sofa, bruv.
But again, I think the reason why I don't, obviously it's done what it's done. But I just see them as other, like just people I'd play against that like in the summer.
Yeah.
That summer ball, I could play against you in the summer ball. Like it's easy. So yes, the surreal as soon as they walk in, I'm like, oh shit, that's Jermaine Defoe, that's Jolene Lescott, that's Ledley King. But after that 2 minutes, I'm like, he's cool, man.
Yeah.
Like that's man them, like, do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's I think that's how I see it. Like I'm sitting next to him, like cool. The only thing they got is money, and they've been on TV a lot more. But that's
were they all literally good as gold to come on the episodes? Did you have it? Without name dropping?
No name drops, but bruv, there's one episode.
You must have had some dramas.
Yeah, is they say yes, cool. Then they go ghost.
Oh yeah.
So one guest, it took 2 years.
Shut up. No way.
2 years. He said yes 2 years ago. Then he rocked up.
Bloody hell.
And it's like, he gave us what we wanted. Like,
yeah.
The episode was sick. But yeah, footballers, I think they've got so much time on their hands, but no time to give out, obviously, unless you're paying big money. But
yeah, I can imagine.
But fair play to them. Like I say, they don't have to do it. And a lot of them like watch it.
Podcasts are massive.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people are watching. A lot of people are going on them. Yeah, massive respect to them. I think, was I surprised? You know what? I was in a way, but in a good way.
Yeah. Because you messaged me straight away.
Does that make sense? Yeah, I was like, wow, man. Bruv, remember, I'm a massive Jermaine Defoe fan, but Jermaine Defoe was on the recent one. I'm talking when it first come out.
Yeah.
And you've got big names thinking.
But it's people you know as well.
Sick.
So you're like, right, I didn't know that about Sean or Craig.
Yeah, of course.
And neither did I. I'm like, these are just big time men from the ends.
Yeah.
Just chatting like Clinton. Clinton didn't want to stop.
Oh yeah, he buys a chatterbox.
He loved it.
He's
but
a chatterbox.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I just put myself on their level, minus the money and stuff. And it's done well. Like I don't live in London no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just like I'm like them, man. It's just got more money than
me. Yeah, man. You're a humble guy, man. I think, bruv, you fully deserve it, man.
Nah, thank you, man.
You fully deserve it, and anyone who say you don't is just complete hater. I think what is done, what you can see, bruv. Yeah, man. It's an organic podcast. I think it's nice to see. It's nice to see that side to the footballers as well. Some of them more relaxed and busting joke with you, or some of them not holding back, like you said, Wilf and stuff. Yeah. It's what we want to see, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
And do you know what? Yeah, like the ideas we've got for like the production game. Once we get our foot in the door, it's a wrap, man.
Oh,
It's
you
only
lot
gonna
have got.
be-
So in our eyes, you lot are gone. But probably that's probably nothing to you lot.
Yeah, it's like this is the first step.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
we like get into the door, like we should do something big, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
can only
do something
imagine
big, man.
because to me, you've taken off.
Nah,
you're in the air, so you're probably not in the air. You're probably on the runway.
Yeah,
But to
exactly
me,
that.
you're up in the air.
Oh,
do
thank
know what
you,
I mean?
bro,
In
thank
cruise
you.
control, autopilot. And
Thank
that.
you, man. But yeah,
But how many seasons have you had now of that?
we just finished season 3. We're looking at season 4. We just drawed up a short list, just contacting, and yeah, like we say, I know we take long to release. Like you saying, you've just apologized.
Yeah.
But things happen, man.
They do, man.
Things happen, and
Yeah.
we'd rather drop a bulk than just drop and then sporadically disappear. Like if we done that, it would still be on season 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
season 2. But yeah, man, it's just things happen.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. That's exactly what I'm going to do with season 2. Season 1 was a big learning curve for me. I film, then I release, call the next guest. But I think season 2, film it all,
Yeah.
bang, then release like that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a massive learning curve. But yeah, no. Well, you've just said, basically where the On the Judy's going to go and where it's going to head.
Trying, man.
It
Trying to think,
sounds
man.
like it's going to go in the maddest directions. But to finish off on the Judy, I've got some questions for you, mate.
Let's go.
So I've got 5 questions for you. Let's try and put this in a good order. All right, I'll save that one till last. You probably said this already. Who's been your favourite guest to interview?
Oh, favourite guest. Do you know what, yeah? Favourite guest to interview is probably Sean.
Yeah.
But best episode is probably Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because Wolf, like, we laughed about certain things.
Yeah.
But Sean, I didn't know a lot about him. And his story's mad.
Yeah.
Mad. Because he went proper, like...
Yeah.
Death,
Sean's a good guy, man. One positive and one negative thing about you when you interview.
Positive is how I am with the guests is how I am with like
Yeah,
my
definitely.
friends. Even like I'm like Marmite. My banter is you either love me or hate me. I think I bantered you a couple of times and we stopped talking. But that's all that is me.
Yeah.
And negative is I think I haven't perfected the way of talking.
Okay.
Like now, this is just me and you, innit?
Yeah.
And I'm the guest. But when I'm sitting in that chair, the pressure's on,
Yeah. It is.
and like I kind of like stumble in that. But I think
Yeah,
that's,
but
like,
you know what? We're just being ourselves.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
literally, that
Like,
is it.
when I used to watch episodes back, like, I'm doing that, but I think, you know what? I'm just being me.
yeah, literally.
I don't want to be no one else. I want to
Like,
just be
we would
me.
have these conversations if we was in a pub or at
Yeah, of
restaurants.
course,
Like, it would
of
be like
course.
this. and
Yeah.
I think that's the same.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Who would be your dream guest to interview?
Dream guest. Can I give a couple?
Yeah.
Henri,
Big player.
Rashford,
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one, man.
and Pogba. You know.
Big interviews, man. They've got
Yeah,
some stories,
Henri.
man. I feel like them two wouldn't hold back as well.
If they sat on the Judy, it would shut down.
I'm no question.
So this
about
is me
that. They
calling
probably
them.
won't come. Yeah. They would. I could definitely see that happening. Yeah, they got a story.
Yeah.
Pogba's one as well. Bloody hell. I'll leave that one till last. What would you tell a 16-year-old you?
16.
This was going to be my last question, but I'm going to save the
Alright,
next one
cool.
as your last question. 'cause the next
Sixteen-year-old
one's a
me
bit harder.
is change. 16-year-old me. All right, cool. Your current path isn't gonna get you anywhere. Like you got so much potential and ability.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on sport.
Yeah,
Because I was rapid as well, so focus on sport.
yeah.
And this stuff, enjoy it because it doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
So just focus on sport, and
Great advice, man.
yeah, you'd be rich.
Yeah. It's so true. And that's what I was saying to you earlier about things can catch up with you in the long run. Man.
Yeah.
I wish I could go do loads of things, like get a trade behind me. I know the things are never too late, but it's not as easy as that.
Yeah,
Especially when
it's
you become a
expensive
parent.
when
It's
you're
like,
in
of
that,
course, man. Do you know what I mean? So make the most of your youth because obviously a lot of things are free and all that as well.
Bro, just sorry, before you finish,
Yeah.
I watched something the other day and I thought, bruv, did I waste my childhood? I watched, I think, the Channel U documentary.
Yeah.
I was like, bruv, I remember these songs being 15. I was like, I think I miss being 15.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't really live.
No.
Yeah.
It's true. I miss it. I think about it all the time, man. Trust me, we did miss out on a lot. Last one. It's a tough one. But pick a five-a-side team out of the guests that you've interviewed.
All right, so
You haven't interviewed a keeper.
No, I have
so-
Zach Stefan.
Oh,
Man
yeah,
City,
oh, yeah, of course
third
you
choice
did.
keeper.
Okay,
so
cool.
Keeper sorted.
All right, there you go.
Lescott at the back.
Yep.
Wilf and Wolf and Craig in
Decent.
midfield, and then Defoe up front.
Yeah, you got to have JD.
Yeah, I'm super sub, so after 5 I'm on. But yeah, man. Yeah, JD up top, man. That's
Oh,
it.
respectful. That's a good team, boy. What about Cadogan coming on the sofa?
He's not a guest. You don't want to be a guest.
Nah,
man,
mate, he's humble.
Oh, brother, he's humble. But,
Yeah, but
his story will be good, man.
Yeah,
but
he's got a good story, man.
We've tried.
He's got
We've
a good
tried.
story. He's another one that's a lot of people are a big fan of him as well.
He was on billboards and that. But
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But he's not on it, man.
Nah. Oh, fair play to him, man. However, that was it, man. Look, I appreciate you coming on, man. Look, I said it to you as well. I'm proud of what you've achieved and what you've blossomed into, man. I think obviously I've seen everything. I've seen you transition from, from primary school, Wonder Wonders Day, leading into their secondary school, being on the roads, changing your life around. You know what I mean? Finding the right door and connecting with all these people, and it's good to see, man.
No, thank you, bro.
Honestly, bro. And like I said to you, earlier on, the change in people, it's nice to see, man. It's nice to see because not a lot of people. Some people are still doing the same thing,
man. Yeah.
the same thing, and it's like there's a time where men have to grow up and have to start doing
100%.
different things because there are people that look to us. Do you know what I mean? You might not see it, but you are a role model to someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And you will be as well. Like I said, you've got a big fan base, and I can honestly say that from people that I know who you don't even know. That's what I was going to say. What advice would you give to them, anyone who wants to go into the podcasting?
Do you know what? Yeah, be yourself because you can always edit.
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, it's true.
Don't worry about
true.
being politically correct. You can always bleep out swearing. You can cut things you don't like.
Yeah,
Tell your guests to be natural. You can always edit, bro. That is it. Like a lot of podcasts I see are just trying too hard. Just have a normal conversation and edit.
yeah, it's so true, man. And my one to that would be as well. Add on to that is, don't worry about the views. Don't worry about none of that. People will watch. You know what I mean? People will watch if they want to watch, and the ones who do watch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll see your steady core fans.
Yeah, that's like people say to me, but do you not get worried about like your views? You're not getting. Nah, it don't bother me. This is the hobby to me. Like,
Yeah, man.
if I get 10 views, 10,000, 10 million, well, it's getting watched. Someone, do you know what I mean? And that's I think to me that's all that matters. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Keep doing
And
it, bro.
yeah, keep doing your doing as well. And I know On the Judy will go on to do massive, even better. Like you said, I feel like you've taken off, man. But if you're saying there's more to it, then fair play to you. I think we all look forward to that, man. So yeah, episode 9 wrapped up. We're nearly there at the end of season 1. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting so far. Thank you to obviously my guests as well. And if all goes to plan, the next episode you will not want to miss. A guest that a lot of people probably want to hear from, and fingers crossed it all goes through, and it can be a nice ending to season 1. But if not, we'll come up with some sort of nonsense and talk on it anyway. But yeah, thanks again for your support. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you for the finale of season 1.